Hello viewers, welcome to CodeForAny. If you hear new, hit subscribe buttons and notification bell so you can never miss any our incredible content. Taxi backends AngularJS inside. Today we need to create here the add-ons UI need to develop here. Let's start how to write down here the these codes. First of all need to need here the one models and to write down here this value. We clear this value and first of all need to go inside the terminals sets here and creates here ng c class zone add to give this here the before the model folders are the assigned here like the sets and to create here the models zone adds models are the creating here like the sets. Now need to declare here the constructors inside we need to create here the some public variables are the finds here to pass into here the service id and to give this here the number seers this value question. Now another need to create here the public service place names and to set here the string value pass here the put sets. Now need to copy here this value paste this here the multiple and now need to set here the names as we need to give this here the base charge. Need to copy here the columns paste this here another need to create here kilometer charge per minute charge minimum fare booking charge then after cancel charge and after need to minimum kilometers by default need to give this here the 2 and also need to set here the text value set here 0. After we need to create here the documents id and one more thing we need to find here paste this here write down here document also need to create here the need to write down here the other property to give this here the public select at here the false comma like this give here. Now need to define here the array document and now need to pass here array columns documents give. Also need to copy same as we create here car array and servers like this need to create these models are the creating here the dance and now need to modify here the UI. First of all need to fix this here the issue and to create one text fields need to develop these here. First of all need to write down here some styles. First of all need to set here the styles for table containers. We need to go inside the common styles here copy these years for the creating here tables like this sets here. Now need to give this here the width as a 99% screen like this sets here. After need to set here the max width 99% Like this sets, and overflow also need to set this here auto. Like this declares here the auto, and to set the styles. Now we need to create here first of all some variable defines inside the TS files. Go inside the TS files and declare some variables are the needs here. First of all, need to define here the zone names text fields for the two-way binding. Need to needs here first of all to write down here the constructors. Need to first of all need here the zone ID, zone name. So like sets here. Also need to set here the one things when it needs here the one web service calls needs here bot write down here web service write down here the service imports here the public's value public like this need to define here and now need to needs here the API first of all need to go inside the data management service list select the TS files need to get here go and this here is to go inside the ads and to paste this here this value and to change this service name service doc API into calls need inside this definitions need to call this API. Okay. Service document list API need to call here like find this here it's variables and then after we need to declare here some array. First of all need to define here use this here the array and set here service also need to create here the two documents array find here documents sets here also need to create here the card document when you're create here the document now need to define here the one for the all service related price array we need to define we need to use here the zone array zone add array models are the use first of all need to define here the service list price here set here zone add with this value paste this do this here all sets here this value and also need to define here the one data source for the data tables we need to define here the data source which is here on head and see visualize this colors like this sets here this value are the defining seers and configure seers first of all need to set here the our service response we need to set this seers this here the list is equal to pass dot here service like this sets. Also now we need to response inside the get this response inside the array to paste this here and to write down here for each we need here like this one to the here object need to pass this here wrap like this sets. And now we need to one more thing need to check set the give here select value or the need to this here and like this we need to give this here the documents is select by default need to false. Also we need to give this here the check here the document type equal to 1 then personal documents otherwise the car document need to add this value document push object that's it this value copy here and to see this value to change here to car document and this codes like this sets here. And now another array we need to develop here. And another things you need to create here the this dot service and to call here the for each yes. Service object like this you need to add this here options here. Now we need to define here the one variable price object is equal to write down here zone add methods are the calls and get object. And now first of all need to give this here price object dot service id need to define here the service objects dots need to set this here as a service id sets. Now also need to define here price dot service names this here service items service calls. Another things you need to give this here the price documents array inside into this here this dots document list inside this value. And also need to define here price this dot this here give and need to assign this value document source. We need to convert here the remove false reference. That's why I need to first of all the JSON string converts and JSON strings convert inside the JSON object like this. You need to convert these calls because we need to use here the for loops because for each loop use here the all reference are the use JavaScript. That's why we need to calls here the convert first of all the JSON strings again convert inside the JSON objects like need to parse because we need to remove here the memory reference with another the list inside the array. That's why I need to like this we need to call here to first of all need to JSON parsers we need to call this here inside we need to use here the JSON stringify and calls here this object price object put this here and to call here. And also like this you need to set this all value and also complete these blocks after you need to also here the data source already are the created no any reflections need to things pass here. Not also need to give this here the price service documents. This check this here. Like this, need to write down CRs. Like this, we need to create here the API calls, and this API calls inside the inits. You need to call these buyers. Need to this dot get list. Methods are the calls, and to get here the service list. Like this, you need to create here the this value are the displaying first of all. Then after you need to manage here the table. First of all, need to all things implements inside the HTMLs. First of all, you need to go inside the zones HTMLs. Need to go here, and first of all, need to create here the good look UI. Need to develop first of all. First of all, need to go inside the HTML files, and you need to copy this value like this. You need to needs and all the set the CC value. Also need to no needs, and then after you need to save conditions and to sales outside the text. Need to put this here, and also need to give this here the three titles. Need to define this here. Now need to set here zone wise service deviations on out. Like this, need to give this here titles now not matters here, but we need to give this here this value. And first of all need to here here genders description text. Now need to set here zone name, write down here zone size and and also need to change this here zone name, and then after need to this here the zone name. Also need to get here the edit property zone name. Like this value are the z here. Also need to see here ref value not matters here, like the sets here, and now are the displaying. Then after need to set here one some to fancy here, need to set here the flex layout. Here need to here column, like the sets here. Now need to set yep, need to set here 10 pixels sets. Now we need to create here the main checkbox. We need to develop here for the listing here the these components and here the walls. We need to use here the ng sets here. Now we need to here so at this here the right. Now we need to get here the one or at this here. Now we need to check property here. So we select like this. Need to here and we also need to give this here the name property. We need to define here sets here, set here the color, set here the primary color. Also need to change event, need to add down here yeah, and also need to pass here some variables. It also need to pass here the service objects and that here sets this value are the configures. Now need to create this server. Also need to give this here the service name displaying this service dot service name like sets here as well. Now we need to go inside the TS files and to see sets. Now need to service objects and this here service variables. Then after events you need to pass this here calls here defines here. Now first of all need to service objects dot is select methods. We need to assign this value and dot check. These methods are the calls. Now we need to filters depends here. First of all need to service alls inside. We need to find out this object and here use these methods. You need to call here item dot service id equal to service object dots. We need to pass here the service id. Also need to exclamatory signs because need to as well so need to select here the event dot check. First need to see sets yes. And now these dots need to filter here and to displaying here the documents. Need to service documents dots is equal to need to pass this here this dot service documents all dots. We need filter here needs here if selected here the items defines here dot is select then assign this value. Now need to set here the data source and equal to need to give this here the pass this here like this value are the pass and also another methods need to write downs for the tables. I need to save this all things. First of all need to see this here the designs display goods or not. We need to check this here. First of all need to run here. Now I am waiting for the loading this UI. I need to building these projects and waiting for the open the web browser inside this code. Now this code are the loads. First of all, need to go here. Select this here the zone management ads like this are the displaying here also this value, and this map also displaying here the add zones names displaying here. So also need to zone wise service on off need to check here, and now need to depends here the price tables need to dynamically develop here with dynamic custom text fields. We need to develop here the bottoms. Let's how to write down here the dynamically minimize these browsers, and now we need to set this here the another things we need to create. First of all, the need here the display columns names are the needs here. We need to define here. I already prepares this value and to set this here the display columns sets this value. First of all, need to see here. I have already prepared this list and see here headers of the columns. Now we need to paste this here this value and to save this here. Is we need to prepare this here the columns names. Now we need to go inside the HTML needs here. First of all, we need to find here the one sections that here define here section, and also need to set here the class the table container container here sections. Also need to give this here the shadow copy here shadow here like this value. Now we need to create here the table. First of all, need to go inside the service list HTML to the our needs here. Need to copy these tables. Go here the HTMLs and put this here and paste these codes. Also need to remove this no needs. One by one, so need to see here. Also need to remove here this width and sort headers no needs. For this need to give this here the names service names columns, and here first of all need to go and to column sections and to series format this code. Now need to define here the service names as well as need to remove all place short headers no needs like this here. And one more thing, so need to set here the sticky. That's why I need to write down here the sticky headers sets. Otherwise you can write like this sticky. Now this is the creating sears and to service names. Now we need to define here the base price columns at this here is charge sets and also the dollar signs. Like this value we need to give this here, and now we need to define here the text fields are the needs. So all now we need to put this here this get here the text field templates. Maybe you need to copy these lines this here X nodes. Also need to add flex knowledge. Now we need to set here the types are the importance because need to get the only words. That's why I need to and here equal to give this here the number this sets here and now need to set here placeholders need to set 0 and now need to create here these names are the dynamics need to define here first of all so need to needs here the defines here that I is equal to need to give this here the value text of sets here as well also here the dynamic value is here first of all need to set here need to needs here a charge also need to concat with I and now we need to set here the elements into this here where these for models names we need to find inside this here this all this here now need to select here statements minimum years and do anything like this value are for the base charge. Now we need to another tab columns are the defining years. Now we copy here to say multiple times to change one by one this value. Make sure you need to know any the duplications need to set here. Here's paste this here, otherwise need to get here the errors. Per kilometers charge need to like this define this here per kilometer charge like this you set this years. Now we need to create minimum charge but here's copy here paste this here charge per minute charge not minimum per minute charge this years need to change this years then after need to get here booking charge define years and here years years this value are the cuts booking need to paste this here. Now we need to change here the minimum charge here copy here like this sets years. Now minimum kilometers we need to set here and to give this here the integers. Now we need integers like this we need to define here and to getting like this after we need to set here the cancel charge cancel charge at the set years to set this here the see. Now we need to create both the documents names. Now we need to only displaying here names documents. Maybe remove here this text fields. Only need to set here back. Sets here. Need to change here the logic. Need to needs here the array. Textbox are the needs. You need to copy this value and inside this HTML. At the sets here and to give this here the for each loop. Find here and to set here the value. Suppose me to see here another thing. Here the I hope sorry. Find here j value. The sets here also need to give here elements dot array. At the sets and to change this here the name sets here. Copy here and to this here select and so need to change this here the names. We need to create dynamically. Otherwise, we need to get here some errors. Need to get here primary colors as well as need to see here the name property. Set this borders. Also need to change here dynamic this here and joint j. At this value are the gives years and one thing so or another check here. Events we need to call this like here. First of all, we need to this here the elements value need this here. Then after we need to pass this here the this documents sets here. Now need to create same like this here. We need to calling here to need to copy image need this here and to write down here the car documents area. Also need to car sets here and now need to create these functions inside the ts files. Need to select here now here copy here paste this sets and now need to find here this object here functions add now we here is equal to 2 set like the sets here the documents are here. Now need to check here book info select is equal to need to pass this here the object like this. Need to define like this value and these years and are the events are the events. Maybe all things are the set here. Now need to check work or not. Okay, loading years like this. Here the displaying here the are the displaying all things like this, not displaying the these years the dollar issue years also. Save this here these files, and now this is the displaying here the reloading this page. Also need to select here the go reds and go greens 2 hours to past here the base charge, kilometer per charge, minute per charge, booking per charge, and to minimum charges, minimum kilometers, cancel charge. Also need to which documents are the needed for this. Here so need to like this, we need to create here this UI or the set here the numbers, need to change this like. If you like this video, please give the thumbs up. If you're new user, so please subscribe my channels and press the notification bell icon. You can get every new video notifications and awesome content. If you have any question, so please write down the comment sections. I will help you and sort out your issue. Everyone have a nice day. Goodbye and take care.